it feels like we've talked about him a few times this offseason. George Kittle, he had an incredible run down the stretch with Brock Purdy under center, but he was hugely touchdown reliant. He was more touchdown reliant than any other elite tight end has been in recent history. And I just think he's going to be too much of a, touchdown reliant option, boom bust option, because you can't bank on that volume week in, week out. Do you tend to agree?
Yeah, I think George Kittle's probably the heaviest flag plan that I've gone into this season with. Going against him and saying that I'm not drafting him at his cost of tight end for, I want Travis Kelce, I want Mark Andrews, and then I want Kyle Pitts, who's going after him. I want TJ Hawkinson at cost. But George Kittle, yeah, you touched on it. He had 11 touchdowns last year, which is a complete outlier when you look back over the course of his career. He'd never managed more than 6 before last year. And perhaps it is sticky. Perhaps Brock Purdy is just going to utilize George Kittle in a way that Jimmy G never did. But that touchdown rate, which you talked about, he had the highest touchdown rate of any tight end who saw over 50 targets. In the 8 games with no touchdowns, he had 4.9 half PPR points per game. In best ball, you might be able to overcome that. In redraft, that is an absolute brutal hit to be taking from a tight end that you're paying a premium pick for. And Kittle, he dominated against opponents who struggle again to defend against tight ends. I write a DFS matchup column every week. And last year, 2 teams who you always started looking at the tight end position with were who was playing the Seahawks and who was playing the Cardinals, because they just couldn't defend the position. George Kittle scored 6 touchdowns against them across 3 games. So there's all that. And then you have to consider the fact that when Deebo Samuel wasn't there, when George Kittle was going off, when Samuel was playing, George Kittle's points per game was 9.14 half PPR points per game. In the games that Samuel missed, it jumped double that to 18 per game. So you can look at all the splits. You can say when everyone was healthy, it was Deebo Samuel was the first target. It was then Ayuk after that, and it was CMC, and then it was George Kittle as 4th choice. And it's incredibly difficult for me to build anything in terms of a case for George Kittle. We know he's got that elite ceiling, but so do some of the other tight ends who are available. And I'd much rather just wait a couple of rounds and take Kyle Pitts and bank on the ceiling outcomes there from a younger tight end instead.